Okay, so I just couldn't leave well enough alone. So if you watched the last episode, you know, we got to a cave here where there was supposed to be a stronghold, and the pearls kind of showed it in this area, which there wasn't anything. And I just assumed that meant that this was one of those extremely rare occasions where the stronghold doesn't spawn because, you know, the caves are too large around it. Well, again, I couldn't leave well enough alone, and I traveled all the way out here, and look at what I found. So I went up this water stream here, and I got some torches up there because I've already been up here. Let's see. At the top of this, there was a bit of this one of these little raised pond things here. So I started poking around, and let's see. Came over this way, and look at what I found. Oh, and it's a library. I literally saw that cracked stone, the stone when I placed this torch. I placed this torch and looked up, and then I came down there to start recording. I didn't even know there was a library. Awesome. So we are going to, well, we got a whole nother library here full of bookshelves to take. And I think while I'm here, I'm going to explore a little bit of this stronghold. Again, I really just need the bookshelves, and we probably already have enough, but this really was just, it was really eating at me that that there was no stronghold here. So I'm kind of glad I came back to look. So let's go ahead and let's start taking down some of these bookshelves here. So that's good to know that a stronghold did actually spawn here. It was just higher up. Like if you look at my coordinates, I'm at Y26. So I guess it's probably about right for a stronghold because they're usually I think they're above the deep slate levels. But I think in this case it definitely was because there was that massive cave, so it wasn't able to spawn. So this is pretty cool. So we're going to go ahead and again take out a bunch of these bookshelves. If you're new to the series, hi, welcome. The reason why I'm here getting these bookshelves is that we are going to be building a library today. A library for all of my librarian villagers back at home who are patiently working away every day in an open air platform, which is their library. So they really want an actual official library. So that's what we're going to provide them today. I'm sorry. That's what we're going to start providing them with today. I have no delusion of getting through this entire build today. This is going to be I'm assuming this is going to be a bit of a bigger build. So, but we're definitely going to start on it and hopefully get quite a bit of it knocked out. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's see. This video is coming out a little bit later than normal. Again, I like to have these out Saturday morning. Apologize. It's just been a long week at work, and normally I record these on Friday evenings. And Friday we had I don't know if a conference or a summit. I don't know what. I mean, they called it a summit. I don't know. It was really just like a bunch of people in a hotel conference room. But it was just kind of like I'm in the software QA field, and it was basically a software QA summit where they talked about all kinds of things related to QA and automation and AI and all of those things. And it was very interesting and very informative and very long. And it was in downtown of where I live, and so driving out of there at rush hour was a bit of a pain. I probably don't need that enchanted book. I mean, I guess until I need the inventory space, I can keep it. There we go. So, oh, look at how close the portal is. It's right there. The portal room is right here. Okay, let's get rid of these guys. But yeah, because of that, by the time I got home then yesterday evening after all of that, and I was just kind of exhausted from the whole day, I just didn't get a chance to do any recording last night. But here I am on Saturday morning. Ooh, diamonds. Nice. awake and ready to go. So, let's see. I don't know how deep I want to get into this thing. Okay, we could probably take the horse armor. Don't need the rest of that stuff. Well, this is a pretty, I mean, it's going. That didn't seem like there was any room for one of these to spawn, but there's definitely, oh look, there's no button on this one. There's always a button on these things. Crazy. Okay, they do stack. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna spend, I'm probably not gonna explore this entire thing. I just wanted to kind of just poke around and see what it had to offer. Mainly I wanted to come in and once I discovered it was actually here, I wanted to see if it had a library, which we've already discovered. So that's pretty cool. Okay, we'll go this way. I hear slimy slime somewhere. Squishing. Oh, there he is. Look at peering through the door at me. Excuse me, sir. Never hurts to get a handful of slime balls. Oh, dead end. Okay. Let's see. Let me put this torch here for direction's sake. Okay. There's a whole lot of dead end. I'm wondering if this is just if this is actually smaller than normal because it just didn't have a whole lot of space to spawn much. Oh gosh, yep. Here we go. Oh, another library. Oh my gosh. Okay, wow, yeah, we're gonna have an awful lot of books. Let me let's see. I don't need one single. I don't need these. I have farms for those at home. I didn't bring a bundle with me. Okay, I definitely need to get rid of some of this junk then. Okay, just kind of sorting out the junk. Gosh, why didn't I bring my bundle? I should have brought that. I think I honestly didn't expect to actually find this thing. Like I really came out here more out of curiosity. Like I just felt like I just needed to explore a little bit more and see if one happened to be here. Ooh, I just broke that chest. What was in it? Density, efficiency, Depth Strider, and Unbreaking. That's a good. Now Depth Strider 3. Yeah, that's a good book to hold on to if I need to replace boots. That's cool. This other book, probably don't need that one. Okay. But yeah, I guess I didn't come out fully expecting to, you know, like in other words, with my bundles and everything. I really wasn't expecting to actually find this. I was more just came out of here out of sheer curiosity. Oh, get stuck in these webs. All right. Now I'm wondering if at this point I just go home. We've gotten what we need. I think as far as getting to a portal to actually use to go to the end, that second one that we found last episode, or technically the first one that we found last episode, but the second location, that was pretty much just directly south. I think that was a lot easier to get to. It was a lot more just ocean. So I don't think I'm too terribly worried about this stronghold. And I mean, technically we already even found the portal room, so I guess exploring it would really just be to see, well, heck, can we find yet another library? I'm gonna have so many bookshelves. Okay, I'm stuck on it. Okay. Stop that. Okay, there we go. Stop. Okay. I'll see. At this point, I don't even think I need more bookshelves. I think I actually have more than enough. Like, I'll never need bookshelves again in this world ever at this rate. Like, I can literally just use these bookshelves to turn them into books for, like, trading and stuff, or for enchanted books. I don't really need that one. I will take the raw books, though. Okay, this is almost done. Just bear with me for another minute or two, and then we will be done with this. All right, that is done. So I guess, oh, I gotta try to not pick up all that junk. Don't pick up the junk. Don't pick up the junk. Oh, I picked up some of the junk. Okay, I don't need that. I don't need the gunpowder. I don't need a single chest. Okay, that's the one I'm keeping. Okay, we're good. We're good. All right, let's... Well, I guess that was kind of the dead end too, wasn't it? Let's see. And we passed that one up already. So we hadn't gone this way yet. Okay, we came in and went this way. Okay, this one. See, my torches are kind of telling me what... Okay. So we've been this way. We've explored I think that was the entire stronghold. We've explored every direction. Right, because now we're back here where every direction has a torch. That was the whole thing. I mean, it kind of makes sense, right? There's not a whole lot of space here for one to be. This was the way out, right? Yeah. This is the way we came in? No. This is the library we came in, but where did we come in? Over here. There we go. Yeah, because even at this level, a lot of this ground is exposed to the cave over here too. Yeah, I guess there just wasn't a whole lot of room for that stronghold, so it actually did spawn. It just was really, really small. Cool. All right. Well, I know with this series I'm doing like no editing at all, but I think I am going to edit out my trip back home because this is just going to take a really long time of me just literally running around terrain. So why don't I get back? Okay, I need to get back up to where my little stream of water was to get out of here. I am going to, you know, I'm just going to cut here and I'll just see you back at home. All right, so I am back and look at how many more bookshelves we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5 more stacks. Yeah, I think we have more bookshelves than we're ever going to need. Let me just do a sort on this barrel. There we go. Nice. Okay, awesome. And in the time it took me to travel back, apparently my neighbors across the street, in other words, like out this window that I sit next to, are having a yard sale. So there's probably going to be some sounds from people arriving and coming and going. And sounds like another neighbor started mowing their lawn. So it's a beautiful Saturday. It is a gorgeous Saturday morning here, and it's nice to hear that there's a lot of people out doing things while I'm sitting here playing a computer game. But that's all good. That's all good. After this, I will go out and enjoy the rest of the day. Don't worry about me. So let's go ahead and this is our library. Again, if you're new here, thank you for sticking around. Most new people who click usually leave within the first minute, so thank you. This is our library. So for anyone who hasn't been here yet, this is our library. I suppose I could leave a crafting table up here, but we'll just move it. So this is what we got. So this is basically all of our librarians that sell all of the books that we care about. So everything that we need for all of this equipment. So everything for all of our pieces of armor, all of our tools, and our weapons, and of course the fortune tools that I also have. Don't have any of the extraneous things, you know, like fishing rod and all of those enchantments, but this is everything I need for my core gear. And it is, I think it's 18 of them. So we got a 3x6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, 18 of them. And now this is going to be their library. So right now they're just kind of up here on this platform, and I raised the platform just because I knew right off the bat that I would want stairs leading into the library. Gosh, oh my gosh. So I saw the LA out of the corner of my eye, and I thought it was like another player in diamond armor, and I just freaked out, like had a little tiny mini freak out for a moment. This is not a server. This is on my local computer, so there is no way another person could have joined. That just kind of freaked me out. Anyway. But yeah, so this is the library. So I'm going to start by, and I think I'm going to start building it by going interior first. So I kind of have a vague idea of what I want the interior to start looking like. So I don't have a design in mind. I have a vague idea of what I want the interior to start looking like. And okay, there's some noises from outside. I'm sorry if that came across. So let's see. I am going to need a decent amount of carpet, of this red carpet. What's going on? Oh, I have to like do the actual click thing. That's right. I have and I'm lightly modded here, right? So I have like a mod where I can, if I click my middle mouse button, I can, which actually I have map my middle mouse button to a thumb button. I can move everything of a type, but for some reason it has done away with the normal ability where you hit shift and double click something. For some reason that ability is disappeared, and I don't know why. So it's been kind of catching me because I'm like the other game on my channel that I play with Zinc, I do not have all of these mods on there. So like on that game, I have to kind of do the regular vanilla like shift up double click thing. So I keep doing that here out of habit. It keeps not working. Anyway, sorry. All right, yeah, so like I said, vague idea of kind of what I want it to start looking like. So we'll start with that. So pretty much all of this I want to be carpets, except for where the carpets can't be. Let me get some oak planks just so I can fill in some of those. And then I think I can sprinkle in some non-carpet wool just for texturing. What I literally just came over here for. Oak wood. It's still morning. Alright, I just wanted to get some planks. Okay. I probably have way more carpets than I need. I know I have way more carpets than I need. But, yeah, so at first, let me go ahead and remove some of these that aren't where they need to be. Okay. So essentially for the carpets, I kind of want them to be like little carpeted aisles, essentially. But it's like there's places I can't place carpets, like where these are overlapping, or if I come this way, I can't have a carpet where the trap door is. You know, I'm clicking right here. So that's why I need some non-carpet wool so I can kind of put them down in those divots. But they do create these weird-looking divots. And divots by themselves like that aren't bad because that can add texturing, but when they're regularly spaced like this, it looks weird. You know, the carpets are just going to go all the way. I'm not worried about... yeah, the carpets are also going to extend up here, and I'm sure they'll kind of start at some kind of little foyer here. Yeah, so once I get the carpet down, I will then... Let's see, because I kind of want these to kind of go like that. Into their little things. But I want some wood showing. I don't want it to be fully carpeted. So we'll see how we want to do that in a second. Oh my gosh, I've only just now went through a stack. Yeah, I have way more carpet than I need. Like I was saying, I don't know what I was saying. I've already distracted myself a few times from what I was saying, but yeah, like whenever these kind of ridges are regular like that, it starts feeling a little bit more unnatural and a little weird. So now what I'll do then is I will start sprinkling through some regular carpets here and there to make it seem like it's just kind of texturing and not necessarily, they're not necessarily there because of these banners and things, right? So we'll kind of do that a little bit. So the carpet now, because we're forced to have that texture, and we don't want it to look regular. So we'll just do this to make that texture look a little bit more randomized. So that is one thing we'll go around and do. Now, how do I want the carpets to lead to there? Do I just want it to be like this, like as if the guy came in through his little carpet and went into his stall, and then leave two? Because if I put the carpet here as well, it leaves almost no oak floor visible. Well, you still get visible oak floor because you get it visible here, and you can get it visible here. You know, maybe that's not bad, having it like 2 rows of carpet and then only 1 row of separation here. I think I kind of like that. I think. We'll see. I'll just put my bed here for now. I'm going to be staying home for pretty much this entire episode. All right. Yeah, let's do that. So before we start getting into the texturing, let's go ahead and I think I like this. If you have an opinion on this, absolutely let me know. Absolutely let me know. Yeah, so let's just go ahead and set this up for what it needs to be. We'll do this on each of the rows here. On all, like, 18 of these guys. There we go. Yeah, I think, and then of course with the desks, you definitely do get enough visual of oak that we're definitely not, that carpet's not covering up too much. That was my worry, is that there'd be too much carpet and not enough exposed wood. But I think this might actually work. All right. So this is going to be fun. So again, like, now this is the first real build project I've done on this server, right? The other things I've done have been small, right? Like, you know, little builds like this. This will be the first big build I'm doing in this series, and because this series is completely, you know, in a completely uncut long play. I say completely uncut. I literally just made an edit earlier in this episode, but that was a rarity. You're going to see the entire build process for this thing. You're going to see my entire thought process through this entire build, which, I don't know, might be pretty cool. Might be kind of boring, but it might be pretty cool. But, yeah. Right, because normally in Minecraft videos, or normally in my series, is that how you would say the plural of series? Normally, I would cut a lot of the building because, you know, you time lapse it. You know, you'd make your videos a little shorter for you know, for consumption. But yeah, this is Longplay, so you get to see it all, for better or for worse. Now, I think, will they have a carpet going up the sides as well? We'll see. We'll see. The carpet will probably go to the wall, but maybe not along the wall. We'll see how the walls look and if the carpets need to go to the walls or not. Okay, so now let's go ahead and look at how much carpet I have. I'm going to need more actual wool. So I'm going to have to come over here and regularly shear these fellas over here. Let's go ahead and get the shears on me. I'm not going to get rid of all of this red carpet. I'll keep a stack of it in case we need some, but I think the carpeting is mostly done. I might need some more oak planks for now, so let me go ahead and get some of those. Oh, that's a lot of oak planks. Okay, well, guess if I need logs, I'll get more logs later. And yeah, I need to shear these guys, so I'm thinking I should probably go ahead and just dye them all red for now. Oh, I gotta turn them into dye first. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Is there 5 brown ones? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was trying to dye them with the flowers. I mean, in my defense, that's how it used to work. Okay. All right. Now let me put these flowers away and get back to our work on hand. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and do the texturing. I mean, it has to be done eventually, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So we'll just kind of now the hardest thing about texturing is trying to make it look random. It's a very difficult thing to do. Humans just don't think that way, right? Our brains don't work in random. Our brains want patterns. And one thing that is interesting about randomness, or just the idea of randomness, is randomness is not evenly spread. Randomness is clumpy. So you don't go, you know, wool, carpet, wool, carpet, wool, carpet. That's not random. That's a pattern. Right? And it's not just randomly sprinkled in. You're going to have clumps. Like, if you flip heads and tails, if you flip a coin a bunch of times, you're going to see massive strings of all tails in a row and all heads in a row. They clump up. You're not going to see a nice, relatively random distribution of heads and tails. Right? They clump. So the idea here, is all I'm trying to say, is that random is clumpy, and it's hard to make your brain do that when you're doing this kind of texturing. Okay? Because you don't want it to look clumpy. Your brain wants to make it more of an even speckled pattern. Okay? So I'm trying to be random without, obviously, you know, without it looking too, let's see. So now one thing, okay, so now when I walk around, still see a lot of those two space. Okay, here we go. So when I look down this way, I don't see any real pattern to the lines that I'm seeing. So I think that looks pretty good. But now if I go down to this side, see now back here I'm starting to see those patterns. Now when I look up this way, I'm seeing like there's my 2 across and my 2 across and my 2 across. I'm starting to feel some of those patterns again. So we're trying to remove 1 or 2 of those. And then I come back this way and I look, and I do see one of the lines straight across, but it's only like one of them. And there's like one way up here. It's not too bad. Maybe this one I'll just do one there. Okay, and then I come from the sides. These don't look too bad either. This is a little too much of like one single row going straight across. So let's just break that just a little bit. There we go. And we kind of see this is, I mean, this is good though because it's like a clump. It's not just like a line of one. Okay. That's not, well, it is a bit when you look at it like this. Well, no, that's fine. Okay, I think that's looking pretty good. I think it's broken up enough to where it doesn't feel like a pattern anymore. And that's the goal. You just don't want it to feel like a pattern because your eyes are going to try to, I say your eyes, your brain is going to try to fit things into a pattern, right? That's just how we work. All right, awesome. Enough about me and the psychology of pattern recognition because I am totally not an expert on that in any sense of the word. I just, you know, sometimes hear things from other smart people and some of those seep in. Okay. We will keep some wool on hand, again, just for building purposes. I don't need all of this. Oak planks. I now have a lot of oak planks, so let me, well, I'll hold on to them. Okay, so the first thing is, I do think that you can see over here, there's kind of 2 spaces before we get to the wall. I like that amount of space. It feels like a comfortable amount of space for a librarian to walk down and start looking at bookshelves or window sills. So let's go ahead and throw another line on this side. I am going to get some dirt to backfill that because we just don't want gaps. Like, there's no reason to have big gaps anywhere. At least not at this stage. There's no reason for it. Oh yeah. Oh, I sorted out my dump chests. My dump chests are no longer overflowing over here. So I sorted everything into, and that gave me a few more chests. In fact, I've got a second dirt chest here now. So just so you know, that the dump chest isn't isn't overflowing anymore. All right, so we're gonna put another layer here. Oh, another thing I need to consider is going to be lighting inside this thing. I don't need to worry about it at the moment. Right now, the torches are fine. Let's just make sure that there's no zeros anywhere. Oh, we're good. Okay. I can definitely hear that yard machine. I'm assuming you guys are hearing it too. Let's see. Yes, I'll worry about the lighting later. So, like, one thing I can do is just hide light blocks under carpets, right? That's one of the easiest things to do when you have carpeted floors like this. But when I do the lighting, I'm gonna want it to be kind of regular, or, you know, some of the lighting might be just straight up decorative. You know, lamps on their desks and stuff. So I might not need a whole lot of lighting in the floor. Let's definitely make a back end that is also too wide. Keep this wall along the back as well. There we go. Okay. All right. Okay, and I think yeah. Perfect. And then I think we start the walls after this second block. So I think I do want to go ahead and pull the carpets through to the wall. I'll put go. Of course, some of them are going to be blocks and some of them will be carpets. Again, trying to give the illusion of randomness here. I just want to not have any patterns. Okay, and then we're going to put some carpets in here. Okay. Let's replace that torch. Okay, there we go. And some more carpets down here. Excellent. And to the back. Okay, there we go. So now one thing I like about free cam, and there's several different mods that give you free cam, is the ability to step back and look at a build without having to try to get yourself in a survival, you know, like pillar up blocks and everything. So I'm going to just pop up into free cam and just see how that carpet design looks. I like it. Again, I think with the desks, you get enough of the raw wood when you're looking here at eye level, where you're almost always going to be seeing the build. But then I think that works. It goes all the way to the walls. Again, this little foyer entranceway here, I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, so I just ended the carpet there. Yeah, I think that looks... these guys don't have carpet going to their benches. Okay. And that, oops, wrong button, sorry. And that's another thing to use the free cam for, is because I noticed that I was missing something, which I didn't see. Oh, I need at least 3 of these here. I'm getting ready to run out of those. Let me get some more. All right, sheep, are you ready to be sheared over here? hopefully that's enough to just finish up this little bit. I'm sure it will be. Yeah, okay. Good, good, good. What am I doing? Oh, I'm trying to get to my axe. I was like, I was scrolling. Okay, I was scrolling my mouse wheel, assuming that I would get to that piece of wool that's in my inventory down there, but that's in my left hand, in my offhand, so I never would have reached it. Okay, now I feel like... Let's see. See, because now this carpet's going to go all the way to the wall in the back, and that might not be a bad thing. Because now... Yeah, so we have the raw wood kind of in front of their desks. Right? In front. In front. So I guess having the carpet go to the wall in the back is probably fine. Now, it depends on how I'm going to make my wall, if these can all be carpets or not. If I have anything sticking out at that level, that's going to cause a problem. So we'll have to play with it and see if we need a row of wood. It'll be fine. It'll be fine for now. I'm not going to stress out over that. Okay. I need to get to building some walls and stuff. Okay. So, the walls. Now I have to start designing the walls. So let me go ahead and start getting some of... I'm going to bring... I don't want to have to keep running back and forth for everything. So, do we have some chests? Yeah, we have some chests. Okay, we'll put some chests over there at our construction site. Let me grab a bunch of these bookshelves. Again, I think I have way too many. I'm never going to use that many. Let's see. I want to start loading up on some spruce and some oak. I don't have oak. Okay. Probably some dark oak. Working into the mix here. It's a good start. That just gives me some raw materials. I probably will want maybe some stone, at least in the foundation part of it. I'm definitely going to need windows, so I'll need glass. I'm thinking of things that, I mean, of course, I'm not too far from my storage here, so I don't have to go very far, but I'm just trying to think of materials I might need for this. And let's just build, let's just put this right here. It's a little bit closer. Okay. So right now we'll dump the wool. And we'll put our crafting table down here as well. There we go. Okay. Alright, so what do I want these walls to do? So I was thinking, now let me just, this is just doing some roughing out here. Roughing out some shapes. Oh, can I target that? Can I target that and get it right? Oh, can I target the side of it? Hey, that's nice. Awesome. Boy, that was a tough thing to aim for. Okay, so the walls are basically going to be here. This is where the walls are going to be. Okay. I'm not going to fill in this entire wall, just a little bit here. Okay. So this is where the walls will start. Now, is that going to feel too cramped? It's going to be fine. Because what's going to happen is there's going to be some depth to this wall. There's definitely going to be... Okay, so I have to think about where the guys are, where their desks are, and where I want the windows and stuff to be. So... if I were to put, I'm just going to put this in place of where a window will be. I mean, it would probably be technically on the, it's going to be window panes probably here, but this is just a position. If I put the windows next to the actual librarians, okay? Right, so that leaves, oh, it's an even build between them. Even number of blocks between the windows. Okay. It's always easier to work in odd numbers with just the way Minecraft blocks work. Excuse me, I had to take a sip there. But you can't always have odd numbers everywhere. So if the windows lined up with the villagers, that's where the windows would be. I think that's going to be a decent spacing. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So that leaves room for something around the windows and then still something that's not window. So even from the outside, if you had shutters or anything next to the windows, you still have wall space in between without the shutters like connecting to each other. Okay, I think that's perfect actually. That's perfect. Good, perfect alignment. Okay. So now, how do we want this to look? So like I said, there's going to be kind of, the wall will actually be here, right? And the windows are going to be window panes attached to that wall. So let's just get one bit of panes just to start that idea. Okay. Right, so if we're starting to think about, like, that's the windows, right? Those are the windows. This is some kind of ledge of some kind that decorative things can be put on. You can have some fun with that. You can have parts of the wall stick out if you want to. We can do something with that. With having the wall not just be a flat plane, having it be a textured wall, so you have something on this plane and something on this plane. So you can definitely do more interesting things as far as decorating. Okay. So thinking of that idea, we're just roughing something out here. Okay, let's see. Because the way I when I'm building, right, I start with shapes and positions, right? So I start with, you know, okay, this is a wall. Walls are flat things. Let me just build a wall, you know, or a textured wall. I kind of just start with the shapes, and then I kind of start working from there. Because I need to make sure my shapes look right first, and they line up the way I want them to. Because that's the most important thing. If your shapes are wrong, then everything's going to not be, you know, not work. I think that's going to look good. So then we'll have like basically 6 big windows on each side. We could probably even put maybe an extra window here in this opening part here. And then we could even have windows in the back and probably some windows in the front. So it's a nice, bright, well lit, you know, a lot of sunlight coming in. All right, I'm liking that as far as the shapes. Okay, great. Fantastic. Now another thing is I have to decide. The windows. This is interior wall. This block right here. Right? That's interior wall. I don't necessarily want my exterior walls to be just spruce planks or whatever these are going to be. These are going to be bookshelves or going to be whatever. There's going to be another exterior wall out here. Right? That starts making these windows a bit goofy. Right? So that's something I have to think about with these windows. Because doubling up the glass panes just looks silly because they join in the middle and you get crazy stuff happening there. It doesn't always look real great to have like a window that's like this. You know? Where it's just like a solid glass block that's in. Now that might not actually look terrible. But then you're going to have the texture from the inside. But then the outside you're going to have to somehow add texture. Because now these windows are flush with the wall. So, ooh, that's another challenge. You could put the panes on the outside instead of blocks. That's one way you could do it. Like this. You think about that, okay? And again, think about this as this could be brick or stone or whatever, right? Whereas the inside is wood or bookshelves or something else. I think that works. I think having them be panes that are just set way in is fine. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. Let's go with that assumption for now, that's where the window panes are going to be. So now let's start thinking just for this little bit, this little area. Let's rough out these other two windows in the same way, and then we're going to start replacing some of this spruce with other things so that we can start getting a feel for... I have some new bookshelves. I'm using them as stepping blocks now. I should probably not do that. What else do I have? I have planks. Okay, here we go. That works. Okay, so I'm just going to pull out these window panes and put them where they belong. Right there. All right. Excellent. Very good. Very good. Now, let's start thinking about how I want some of this wall to start looking. So this is the reason why I wanted the bookshelves, is I was thinking a lot of bookshelves would like line these windows. Okay. This is interesting to me because the bookshelves have on the sides too, right? They're not just facing forward. Like, you're not going to store books here. So that's one option. The other option would be to have these bookshelves here, right? And, the equivalent would be, right? So, and then you could do something else with what's right next to the window. You could put these style of things. You could put a different block entirely. You could put, I was going to say fence post, but then you're going to see what's behind it. You're going to see that block as part of your interior. Oh, this is a tough decision. I kind of like this, even though this looks a little silly. Like, logistics-wise, that looks silly. I think Minecraft build-wise, it's going to look fine. That's how people are used to seeing bookshelves in this game. If I wanted to do it with all of these kind of bookshelves, I'm basically going to have to... every 2 of these bookshelves would give me the 6 books it would take to fill one of these. But I could do that. Let me get a few of those just to see what that could look like. Do we have any already constructed, first of all? Let me move that out of there. Would those be in the wood? Don't have any here. Would they be with the books? No, I think I would just have to craft some. What wood do we have a lot of? Probably jungle? Ooh, no, because we always turn it into sticks and trade it. I mean, I guess we have a lot of spruce because I started growing and cutting down some big spruce trees, and you can see I've got I did this off camera whenever I came in to sort my inventory. I had cut down some trees. I've got this little bit of a podzol patch here because I was cutting down spruce trees. So right now I think spruce is my most plentiful wood that I have currently, so I guess we'll just make these out of spruce. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll make a stack of our planks, and then we'll maybe turn some of that into, I can't remember the recipe for these things. We'll do about a stack of those, and then yeah, that's what it, okay, except I don't want those to be all of my, okay. Okay, I just need a few to get an idea. There we go. Don't need a ton of them yet. Alright, so if we were to do something like this, then we could have these other bookshelves here. Right? Like this. Kind of like that. And of course I could put books in them. Let me grab some books real quick. Let's see. Books. Okay. Okay, something like that. And you could obviously texture these a little bit by taking some out here and there to break that up a little bit. Now that's starting to look like too many bookshelves. That makes it a lot of bookshelves and nothing else but bookshelves. So I'm not digging this. Not digging this. Okay. I need to get some of this material before they despawn on me. Okay. Alright. I'm liking this better. I'm liking this better. And then that way I can do something else with the blocks in between. Okay. Oh, don't cover up the window. Okay. And now another thing I can do is I can put more bookshelves here. Okay. And again, they don't have to be every block. You know, it doesn't have to be the entire window sill, doesn't have to be bookshelves. But I imagine, I mean, this is a library. You have to have a lot of bookshelves, right? That's the whole purpose of the building. So I'm not too worried about putting too many bookshelves. Just so long as they're placed in a way that you can kind of break up the visual monotony of it. So I could have the bookshelves maybe be everywhere as far as on the windowsill part. Everywhere except for right in front of the window. Right? So I could do something like this. Okay, let me pick up some of this junk. There we go. That's looking pretty decent. Because, you know, the benches, the work benches, whatever you want to call the desks. Work benches, they're not, no, okay. Their desks are helping to break up the bookshelves along the floor a little bit visually. I like that. Actually, I like that a lot. Okay, so this is how we're going to start. Let's start with this basic idea. And I'll kind of go around and I'll do this entire wall with this idea, and we're going to start getting a feel for it. How's that sound? Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go back to my spruce planks. 1, I need to get those books out of my inventory. Ah, there we go. Inventory management. Such a fun thing in this game. See, here's my problem is I keep my entire, okay, this is what I need to do. I keep my entire hotbar and everything like as if I'm adventuring, but I'm not. I don't need my sword and my bow and my arrow and my coal and everything to build. That's one thing I'm bad about with when I'm building is I keep my hotbar the same even as if I was adventuring. So where do I want to put Here we go. We'll go over here. Okay, so I don't need my sword and my bow and my arrow and my coal. Okay, I do want my major tool. I probably don't need my shovel. There's probably nothing I'm going to be shoveling in this build. And if there is, I can punch it by hand. There we go. So I can clean up my hotbar a bit like this. There we go. Okay. And now I can keep more varied blocks in my, down here. Okay, I can also start dumping those books at the moment. Okay. Alright, let me just make sure that everything is still lining up. The windows are going to be next to him. The windows are going to be there. Windows are going to be there. Okay. Alright. Now, let's do this. Okay, and then that's going to be window. And I guess I'm going to have to do a little bit of this here. Okay. Okay, and then we're going to go 2 of those. 1, 1, 2, 1, space, 1, 1. This back end might be more bookshelves than the window sides. Okay, because we're going to have to deal with a corner there in the build. Okay, there we go. Alright, let me just get this first layer here done. Okay, I'm going to have to put some on the outside so I can get my windows in there. Okay. And bum. There. There we go. Oh, I'm out of spruce. Here we go. Let me do another stack of those. Yep. Here. Here. Let's see. Window, and then window, pane. Here, here, here. Okay. And the window panes. And one thing that's nice is even in here you can put like a potted plant or something, or even a lantern in front of this. So it gives you, so you can have something decorative here and still have windows still. So it's not a bad idea to have these layered windows like this. Okay. I'm just going to free cam to pull back. Make sure I didn't miss anything first of all. That's not looking too bad, folks. I think that looks really nice, actually. And again, nothing even close to final here. We're roughing out shapes and basic design elements. Excuse me. That looks really good. Now, to get a feel for, okay, let me get some. I need scaffolding. I need scaffolding to help me build. Okay, let me grab some of that. And the bamboo. Do we not have any crafted scaffolding? Okay, fair enough. I have spider string. I have spider string in my... Oh, wait, that's not the evil mobs. That's the good mobs. I have plenty of spider string over here. I wonder how well this farm is doing. It's passive, but it's only going to work when I'm kind of in this area. Let's see. Well, hey, that's not been too bad, huh? Look at that. I mean, how much string am I really going to need? That's pretty awesome. That's been doing really well. For this, again, this stupid little passive thing that's down here. Just slowly making string only when I'm close enough to where they spawn. That's one thing. One day I need to just sit here and park here and just AFK in this spot. Just fill that chest up. Alright, let's see. Let me go ahead and craft this into some bamboo. Let me get rid of this bone. And make some scaffolding. That's almost a stack, right? Yeah, that's fine. That's good enough for now. Put that string away here. There we go. Okay, so now, as far as these walls are concerned, I want them tall. Tall walls. How tall? We'll say that's like first story. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4-ish blocks for a first story. I'll tell you what, let's think about how this might look on the out. So the interior, so here's what I'm going for. The interior is going to be one open room, but it's going to have a massive vaulted ceiling. From the outside, the building will appear as if it's 2 stories. So I'm thinking what I might do then is first, like it's like this. Okay. And even here I can put, because this is exterior. I have to remember these are exterior. I should make those. Oh gosh, I just double jumped off of that thinking I had elytra. I'm just going to go ahead and make that exterior wall stone bricks for now, just as a placeholder, so that my brain keeps seeing them. So my brain stops seeing them as... Okay. I have them as spruce right now because that's what I had on me, and my brain is seeing the spruce as part of the interior. I need my brain to see this as exterior as I'm doing this. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to replace these with stone brick. This may not be stone brick. In fact, it probably won't be. Like there might be stone brick on the foundation, but then the walls might be like regular brick or something else entirely. Again, I just need my brain to not see these as part of the interior. I need to see them as exterior. Okay. There we go. This is interesting. Like you're really getting the full look at how I design things. Now, we could get fancy and do... Hold on a second. That was supposed to be an exterior block up here. These are also exteriors. There we go. Okay. So, we could kind of have another bookshelf there. Or it could be another just spruce to maybe mimic the that thing. We'll see. We'll see how it turns out. Let me sleep. It is starting to get a little too dark to see with the rain and everything. Okay. And this initial stuff, right? This is often like... It takes you a long time to get the build started because you're working with these basic shapes. Once you kind of get an idea, you can kind of cruise through a lot of it until you start getting to like detailing. So now if this was to look like now a third story, we're going to go a second story. Let me move that there. Let me get that out of there. 1, 2, 3, and then the top. Okay. So then, dang it. There we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, again, thought I had elytras. Right, so that's kind of what I'm going for. Like, this is like lots of bookshelves, right? Like, these guys have just tons and tons and tons of books. They're just really, really learned. Fun word. Let's continue this idea and see how it flushes out. Okay, let's say it's something like this along the top. Okay. I guess I got feather falling. I can jump these distances, right? Okay. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm already getting ahead of myself. Okay, I'm already getting ahead of myself. Okay, I need more glass panes and stuff. Okay. That's kind of what I'm going for, except now it kind of looks silly with just a single row of bookshelves going all the way to the top. I'll have to see how to fix that. But that's kind of what I'm going for, right? And then the ceiling's like way up there. Right? So it's kind of big, open, cavernous kind of building. Like I'm kind of going with a bit of that vibe. Now, not exactly anything like it, but the vibe of like that scene in Harry Potter where they go to like the bank and then there's the rows of all of the goblins or whatever. I think they were goblins that were running the bank. This rows and rows of all of them at their desks, and then like big open, big huge open ceiling and everything. That's kind of the vibe I'm going for. What did I come down here for? Window panes. I need to make window panes. So let's go ahead and make like a couple recipes of that. We'll make 4 recipes for now. And I'm going to really need a lot of spruce, aren't I, for this? Again, roughing it out. We have plenty of spruce. It's okay if I use it for this for now. Okay, let me just... yeah. Let me continue doing this the way I'm doing it and just see kind of how it looks once we get a little bit more of it built. Okay, let me hop down here. So that's already 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah, that's the right place. 1, 2, okay, and then over across. And then we're going to go do. Okay, and we go 1, 2, 3. Okay. And window panes. All right. And then we're going to hop down with our feather falling. All right, let's keep doing this. So we got 1 more of these, and then we got the across. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see here. I giggled because I kind of sniffled. When I went boom, 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 I almost started going like boom, boom, boom. Let me hear you say way-oh, way-oh. I said boom, boom, boom. Oh, boy. Okay. Ooh, yeah. Feather falling is so good. I love feather falling. I just wish that, like, when the feather falling activated, you didn't hear that, like, ankle cracking bang every time you jumped, because it makes you feel like you're taking damage even though you're not. Well, I guess technically, well, even my boots don't have any damage on them, so maybe the boots aren't even taking damage. Oh, I'm at the top. I'm at the top. What am I doing? Oh, I was sitting there trying to go up like another level. Okay. Oh, that's right, because then I don't need these here. Okay. I definitely don't like putting wasted hidden blocks in my builds. Now, oh yeah, I definitely don't like... Of course, eventually this is going to be exterior, but for right now, they're wasted blocks because I'm working interior. Here we go. Okay. All right, let's just get this cranking. We should be able to do these last little bits pretty quickly here. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Go back to the window panes. 3. Bring those up here. Bring that across. 1 right here. Blip. And I think 1 more to go. 1 more to go. We're almost done. Then we can step back and look at that and see how bad it looks. And I don't say that being critical to myself. I'm saying that, like, you know, you're kind of starting out. Your things aren't going to look great. So in my mind, I'm not looking at how good it looks. I'm looking at how bad it looks because the bad parts need to be fixed. If that makes any sense whatsoever. I don't know if it does. Oh, hold on a second. I'm already losing track of what I'm doing here. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Pain, 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 pain. Get rid of you. Doop, doop, doop. And boop. And I think I had that. Oh, did I lose that window? Give me that window. Give me that window. There we go. Thank you. Okay. So there was supposed to be an interior block there to hide that exterior wall. Okay, let's see how bad it looks. Okay, I'm definitely getting the vibe, and it definitely doesn't look great. It's too samey, right? We got these lines of bookshelves, and then these lines of spruce. So it is definitely the shape and the vibe that I'm going with. We just have to fix the look of it. I kind of feel like I want to build this wall, and now the back wall may look different. We could start with the back wall looking the same-ish and go from there. No, the back wall I want to be different. I want it to have like maybe larger windows and, you know, whatever. Okay, let me just free cam out and let my brain think for a second here. Okay. I kind of think I want to put up this other wall. Or do I really just make sure we get this wall? See, here's the here's the rub, right? So this wall definitely isn't the final product. So do I waste my time building a whole nother one and then having to edit that as well? Probably not. I should probably work on getting this wall perfected, or at least mostly perfected, and then copy it over here. Okay, what do we need? What do we need? This looks very visually unattractive. Again, the shape and the vibe is what I'm going for. The visuals of it do not look really good. How do I fix that? See, like when you look down here, it's like too much of that bookshelf color in like stripes. Oh boy, this is a tough one. Now this is something where the advantages of like going into doing this in creative mode, so good. Being able to fly around and do whatever you want here. Now, let's just start with a little bit, and I say a little bit of texture change. Okay, and this is like a very little bit of texture change. But even little bits of that help to start making things start coming together, right? Right? You don't have to let all of the detailing and texturing wait till the end. Oh, dang it. Come on, I'm going to lose that block. Come here, block. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Already that definitely helps with that vertical fit there. That definitely helps with that. One thing I wish you could put trapdoors on one side and on the other. That would be pretty nice, wouldn't it? Let me do the same thing on the top, just to kind of get that in place. So that'd be this block here. Okay, and nah, I was gonna jump. Oh, let's go down the right way. Oh, should have just jumped. Okay, that helps. That helps. Doesn't fix problems, but it helps. So the reason why I'm leaving that top one all wood is that's gonna probably start where like the beams start coming across, and I want to make sure I leave. I mean, I could put bookshelves there for now, but leave room for where the beams attach and everything. Okay. How do I get rid of this weird stripey look? How do I get rid of that weird stripey look? Now, one thing I could do is make the bookshelves, you know, there's going to be plenty down here where they can reach, right? Now, it's not going to be the entire wall full of bookshelves, because then it gets way too samey. Way too monotonous. This is already feeling pretty monotonous. Now, we could break it up with the other types of bookshelves, but it's still visually, it's going to be more bookshelves. But at least the bookshelf texture will get broken up a bit. I don't hate that. Definitely don't love it. Definitely don't love it. Do not love this at all. Wow, where am I going wrong here? This is not looking good. This is not what I envisioned. It's the start of what I envisioned, but it looks terrible compared to what I'm envisioning. All right. Just gonna get some of these blocks out of the way. Blocks that I missed while I'm thinking. How do I make this look good? Guys, shout real loud. What am I missing here? What do I need to change? I can't hear you. Oh my. Okay, I got all of those. Yeah, not liking this in the slightest. Okay. Maybe the bookshelves don't need to go that high. Like, they can't reach them. Unless I'm going to put something that looks like wheeled ladders. Like, it kind of makes no sense to have them going that high. Oh, boy. I could keep the bookshelves low, not have them going up here. I could have them stop at the top of the window. And I could put other decorative elements up here. Larger windows. That's one option. Just other decorative elements that aren't bookshelves. Let me try that out. Can I reach all the way to the top if I were to go? Nice. Okay, good. Okay, let me put these on the left hand. Here we go. You know what's going to end up? I'm going to end up using so few bookshelves that whole trip to the stronghold would have been pointless. See, the thing is you need a lot of them to really feel like that library, but then you get too many and it just doesn't look right. It's just too much of it. Too much of any one single block is just too much. probably going to have to scaffold up and get some of those bookshelves that are not falling all the way down. Oh, I ran out. Oh, there we go. Ah, nope, that's not what's supposed to go there. One of these. There we go. Okay, I'll have to go up and get some of those bookshelves before they despawn, but... Okay. Okay, that is definitely losing that weird vertical stripiness. But now I have big plain walls, but plain walls don't always have to stay plain. Okay, let me get these bookshelves here before they despawn. Okay. Okay. Now what? Now what do they need? I wonder what the outside looks like. Oh, that's right. I only have the walls around the windows. Okay. Oh, let me get some of this stuff here as well. I mean, that feels a little bit better than the big stripy bookshelves going all the way up. Yeah. Yeah, I think the bookshelves don't need to go all the way to the ceiling like I was doing. I think keeping them down where the villagers would technically be able to reach them is probably fine. I could probably put another row of them here. So they're basically going to end up being even with that first window. Okay. Okay, let's see. Just come back and see what that looks like. See, I feel like everything I do just doesn't look right. I mean, it's because it's the same block, and it's just too much of the same block. That's the problem. And they're starting to look less like bookshelves and more like ugly wallpaper. Excuse me. Yeah, I think that's the problem, right? It's starting to look like it's starting to look like ugly wallpaper and not bookshelves. So how do we make them look like bookshelves? That is the question. I think going up another level was definitely not the solution. I'm just going to take two down one. Two of them down one, and not all of them. Okay. Did I drop any down here? No. Okay. Alright. Let me sleep. Okay. How do we make these look more like bookshelves and less like wallpaper? Let's see. And I don't want to expose the exterior wall, right? So I can't make this interior wall textured in another block. I can't make this a 3-block thick wall interior, just the interior. So I have to do all of this with just using the front Whoa. I'm sitting here trying to point with my axe. Okay, let's see. Again, we could switch to the other bookshelf. That doesn't look bad. I'm getting more of them. That looks better. Okay, let me make some more of those because that does look a lot better. Let's see. Okay, we still have plenty of these. All right. Okay. That looks so much better already. Another thing we could do is we could start putting a layer of texture on this outside. Something on this outside layer. It's another thing we can do. Doesn't have to be stairs. It can be planks, it can be trapdoors, it can be something else. But right now... Oh, look how much that adds. Oh, it just... Oh, it gives it shape. It breaks up the lines from your eyes. Oh, that's... Oh, wow. How much that adds. Just that little bit. And you can put stuff on those that aren't necessarily bookshelves. Or even if you started, like, even if you were to say, like, you have, like... Before I get too excited about that, let me just see what, like... some raised bookshelves would look like. Nope, we're getting back into wallpaper territory. I don't think we're gonna have books out that. I don't think the books will go any higher. I think the books will stay down low. I don't think these villagers want to climb ladders to get to the books. I think they just want them all down at their level. I mean, in reality, they're never going to leave their little desks anyway, but still, you know what I mean. Okay, I'm liking that. I'm liking this a lot better. So let me go ahead and put more of those stairs around. And I'm going to need more of the stairs. I'm going to need more of those. Some more of those other types of bookshelves as well. Okay. Let's see. Spruce. Slabs. Let's see. More of the bookshelves. And then... let's see. I have way too many slabs. Okay, I need more spruce logs, which I have more. I wonder how my neighbor's yard sale's going. Oh, I do have still plenty in. Okay, what am I doing? I'm not hearing a whole lot of traffic, so to speak, like car doors and everything. I'm hoping they're doing well. Their driveway was pretty full of stuff. I don't know if they're moving or if they're just spring cleaning, but they've been out there all week. I don't know if they're retired. They definitely are a little bit older. They might be retired, or maybe just off work for the week. But two of them have been out there all this week doing stuff. You know, power washing driveway and all kinds of stuff out there. Now they're doing the yard sale. So I'm wondering if it's just like massive cleaning or if they're actually thinking about moving. I like that. That's looking good. That is looking good. So let me just put the rest of these here. Okay, let me hop down and see if any of those bookshelves fell down. Nope. Okay. That's looking a lot better. I'm liking this. And again, this isn't necessarily only going to be spruce as well. These could be different things going on here. That looks so much better. Oh my gosh. Now it does actually look like bookshelves and not wallpaper. I love it. Fantastic. Oh, that's so good. I'm so glad. I could still put like some books in those so they're not just empty. You know, just some, like say maybe some, you know, up in some hard to reach places. Again, trying to be random. It's difficult. So I could do that, and you still actually get books up there. Or this might be kind of neat. Like kind of just put them on this bottom row. So the top is left to look like a maybe the top isn't an actual shelf. It could be like the border of the bookshelf. That's not terrible. And just to make it help it look like a border, what if I filled in these? That looks pretty good. I like that because it makes that top look more like a nice trim around the top. Could I utilize that down here? My gosh, then I'm getting even less of these bookshelves I work so hard to get. I don't think this needs to be so well, okay, I'm not going to stress out over that right now. I think that's looking good. We'll, you know, let me break down a couple of my bookshelves in the automatic block breaker. So I probably want a slightly less enchanted wood axe for this. Here's just a regular diamond axe. Here we go. Just because, well, no, the efficiency 5 might be okay for these. Let me try that. Let me break down a half a stack of these. Okay, yeah, there we go. I'm using my silk touch. I'm so stupid. Let me go to this one. There we go. That gives us some books. And that's okay because we have tons of these. So it's perfectly fine. Okay, now let's put some of these up in these bookshelves just so that we can get a visual on that. Let's see here. And right now I'm going to go with this row being completely filled with books. Just to make that top row look more like trim and not like an empty bookshelf. Okay. That looks really good. I like that. We do kind of have that weird stripe of the different color books. I mean, it can't be perfect, right? It can't be perfect. Okay. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna take my mid-episode break here and go stretch my legs and just think a little bit more about this while I'm doing that. So I'll be right back. Okay, I am back from my break, and that was a quicker break than normal, so I didn't have a whole lot of time to think. Okay, let's see what we want to continue doing with this wall and making it look really, really good. So some things we could do. I could start thinking about how the ceiling beams are going to attach to this wall, and that will start giving me an idea of what kind of things need to go on up here. I think for right now, I'm going to leave this part alone for the moment. So let's work on this top part and getting that looking decent. All right, let's see. What are the beams going to be? Are the beams going to be stripped spruce? Are they going to be unstripped oak? What are they going to be? It's a good question. And where are they going to be? Are they going to line up with the windows? Lining them up with the windows seems weird. But if I don't line them up with the windows, then we got like even number walls to line them up on, which is weird. Ooh. If I do line them up with the windows, though, we could get lanterns hanging from them that could be seen through the windows. So that might be kind of cool. Maybe they do line up with the windows. Let's just see. Okay. So if we had... so say there's a top here. Just for some kind of a... Maybe we even go up another one. I say one, I meant two. And then we start the beam. There's a reason why I just did that. Okay. So if the beam was here. Wow, that is really tall, isn't it? That leaves us a little bit of space on the below that beam to do some kind of texturing. Whoa, what am I making? Oh no, I don't need pressure plates. I need trapdoors. Dang it. I was wondering, something about that recipe seemed off to me, but I started clicking it anyway. Well, there's no need to throw them out. I don't really need them, though. Okay. So I can do a little bit of texturing here. Hold on a second. I'm struggling with the... There we go. You can put like a stair... Oh, of course. Let me move that. Okay, we do like a stair and a trapdoor. You can do like a texturing thing like that. Kind of. I still have it above this window bit here. Oh, am I seriously out of spruce planks? Yeah, 'cause I just made them all into, whatchamacallits. Okay, here we go. That makes my roof, that makes this wall even taller. Oh my gosh. Oop. Yeah, that's a little much, isn't it? Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Not sure what to do with this one here. It's not this. Let's take that down. That wasn't the answer. Okay. Give me that block. Thank you. I wish the distance you picked up blocks was just a little bit more. Like, I used to play a lot of the Lego Xbox games, Lego Star Wars, Lego Indiana Jones, all of those. And it was a similar thing. Well, for them, if you were to like break a block, they would explode into little, basically coins. They called them studs, right? Because the little tops of Legos are called studs. So, and then whenever you got a certain distance away from them, they would kind of pull to you, much like items do in Minecraft, right? When you stand here, they don't come, but when you get close enough, they kind of pull to you, right? But the Lego game had a thing. It was like a special ability you could get later in the game called Stud Magnet. And basically, it would like you could stand here and it would pull these and these towards you. Like the distance around you that it pulled blocks to you was further. That'd be so nice if they could implement that in Minecraft. Heck, make it like an armor enchantment. Put it on like, I don't know, where it would be appropriate. It'd be nice though if you could like add an enchantment or something something that would kind of increase the range in which blocks got pulled to you. Okay, I'm struggling with this. The main thing is because I can't put the beams in the middles of this windowless wall because the middle is an even number. They could be double beams. I don't like the idea of that. They don't necessarily have to be like beams. It could be more like a textured ceiling. Okay. Okay. Let's consider that. So rather than it being necessarily like as if like wood beams, it's more like a textured ceiling. So if it came from here, right? So from here. Okay. And then we had another one that came from here. And the inside of this is... Okay, so then this was... Alright, so that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we put another one here. Okay, I'm just thinking about this. And then these were stripped. So they look less like wood beams, and they're just like stripped wood. What was that? Oh, that's the first time I picked up a stripped spruce wood. Okay, fair enough. Okay, and this doesn't even have to be spruce. And then, like, inside of that is some kind of a textured... Again, doesn't have to be doesn't have to be the actual blocks I'm putting in. This is just an idea. Right? Some kind of a textured ceiling. Like that. Something like this, where it's kind of like... It's more like a tiled, textured ceiling rather than an actual, like wood beams. It's more of like a textured ceiling. That might not look too bad, actually. It's also a good way to hide lights if you wanted to above those trapdoors, for example. And I'm almost thinking dark oak. Strip dark oak. Dark oak. Let me see. That's not bad. That's not bad. It keeps the ceiling from getting a little too crazy high. It eliminates a bit of the need to attach the beams to the wall. And, oh, you know what? I should probably also move that out a block so it doesn't look like it's being supported by the glass windows. Okay. So if we take this idea... Okay, so let's consider this idea. Again, these are temporary blocks I'm using for the purposes of demonstrating ideas. These isn't going to be the final design. We move that out one more. One, 2, 3, 4. Boom. And I'm only doing 4 here because Oh, because I dropped half of them down there. Like, how did I lose them? I had them a moment ago. And then you could even do something like stairs here instead of just the half slabs. And then, of course, you could still go with trapdoors and hide lighting. Okay, let me hop down, sweep up these blocks, and sleep real quick, and we'll see see what that change I just did does to things. So now that pulls that tile design out from the wall, so it doesn't look like beams attached to the wall. It's just the ceiling, a textured ceiling. And then if it doesn't line up in the center, which it won't because this block ends here, the next block would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So the other block, so that the middle could even be slightly different design than this. So I'm not worried about that. I kind of do like these being squares because it helps with the 4 wide here. It keeps that 4 wide into a square, but then whatever's in the middle doesn't have to follow the same pattern. I'm liking this idea. Of just having a textured ceiling instead of the wooden beams. And I could have this first bit of textured ceiling, and I could even then raise the ceiling a little bit in the middle and have, yeah, that's another idea. Okay, I'm also thinking that strip spruce ain't the way to go either. Let's see. So if we kind of have it to where, sorry for I literally just coughed in your ears. I'm so apologize for that. Or not cough, clear my throat. I'm thinking like, down here it's like oak, and then we're kind of transitioning into the spruce within these walls, and then we got like dark oak ceiling. I'm kind of feeling that. I'm feeling the vibe. I'm feeling it. Let's see. So let's just do a little something here. Let's try some stairs. Let's try some... Oh, trapdoors are so darn expensive. You get to hear me complain about that, too. Trapdoors are so darn expensive. Let me see how that feels. Let me continue this idea with the dark oak, and let's see how that feels. See how it feels. So, 1, 2, 3, 4... We're going to have something coming this way. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I guess we'll go one more this way. We'll kind of have, because you got to choose a direction for those, right? Okay. Now let's get rid of this spruce and replace these with dark oak. So back in the day when I first started watching like people playing Minecraft on YouTube, watching this kind of thing where you just see somebody building something and like thinking out loud, that taught me so much on how to just build basic things in this game. So hopefully this is, interesting and helpful for you guys, because I know that helped me a lot whenever I first started playing the game. Obviously you know how to place a block, but how do you build something? And to just And not just watching a tutorial and this is how you build a thing, but just listening to someone think through the reasons why they're doing things, in my opinion, helped me learn way more than just watching someone do it and then explaining the build as a whole, right? Hearing their thought process through the whole thing really helped. Seeing how they move, seeing how they squat and shift and move and place blocks and stuff. All of those things help. Okay. Let's put some stairs around here. And then let's put some chocolate bar trapdoors in there. And let's strip this. Yeah. I just wish the strip looked a little bit more like that. It really looks so different. Like, that almost matches more with, like, unstripped spruce. But I don't think unstripped wood will look good inside this library build. That doesn't look bad. And they don't even have to be wood. There's nothing that says that has to be wood. Nothing at all. And for example, now this is just this is a torch and not a light block, but you essentially put like whatever light block you got up there, and then from down below, that light comes through and helps light that up a bit. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. That looks really dark, though. Oh my gosh, that looks really dark. Do I go the other way and go birch and make it lighter? Make the ceiling lighter? Should the library have that kind of a dark kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Like a darker, more enclosed, more warm feeling, or like a bright open feeling? I feel like the darker, warmer feeling is better, but boy, that's a dark ceiling, isn't it? Well, there's only one way to find out. Just do a little bit more of it and see what it looks like. That's a decision. That is a decision. Okay, let's do some more of these stairs around here. And we'll do some of these trap doors. And then we'll just keep the light blocks up there. Let me do another one and see how it goes. Oh, I can't click on those because I don't have strip ones in my inventory. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Temporary block to place this against. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a fifth, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's just hop down and see what that's looking like. It's such a stark transition, isn't it? I mean, that's not a bad thing. It's just a very stark transition. It is very dark. It is a very dark color. Now you're kind of limited with like something like trapdoors, right? To the wood types. We haven't found mangroves yet, have we? Oh my gosh, because imagine if there was like mangrove going on up here and you have kind of that red coming in here. We haven't found mangrove swamps, have we? We found swamps, but not mangrove. Found more swamps out here. Like, I feel like mangroves should be near those swamps. We really haven't found mangroves yet. Oh my gosh, that's bumming me out now. I bet mangrove would look nice. I really want to try mangrove, guys. I really want to find... Oh my gosh. Without elytra, though, hunting for these is going to be a nightmare. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What is this little... Whatever this weird render, that's still just more swamp. More regular swamp. Oh my gosh. Hey, we need a wandering... Speaking of wandering trader, where have they been? I haven't seen one in... Well, I don't know when the last one. I haven't seen one this episode. I probably really don't have propagules, do I? Oh, mangrove. Oh, I think mangrove is my answer. It pulls the red tones from the carpet and the bookshelves up into that ceiling. I think mangrove might be my answer. And oh my gosh, I have to find a mangrove swamp. Oh, does this episode shift into searching for mangrove swamps? I really don't want to, though. I'm really going to have to go. Is there, like, oceans? Maybe I could, like... Mangroves are more warm, right? So here's, like, more warm ocean out here. Could I maybe sail a boat around here into these warmer waters and see if there's a mangrove swamp attached to that? Let's do that. We're doing it. We're doing it. Guys, we're doing it. Sorry for the excursion here. But we're going to have to shift gears for a moment and go look for some mangrove. Okay. So let's get all of our gear back loaded up, our adventuring gear. Okay, let's see. Okay. I mean, I really don't need all the torches and everything. I'm just looking for mangrove trees, but I might as well grab what I'm used to. Oh, whatever. I just need some wood just in case I need it. Okay, I need a boat. Boat. I need to bring my... Where are they? There they are. Bundles. I think that's all I need to go... Oh, and my bed. I think that's all I need to go do... Blah, blah. That's all I need to go mangrove tree hunting. Okay. Let's do it. So we're basically going to sail around this... We're just going to follow this ocean. So this will go faster. We're going to follow this ocean around here to these warm oceans and hope that a... See, that's jungle. Hope that a mangrove swamp is attached to some of this warm ocean out here, because typically you got warm ocean, jungles, mangrove swamps. Those all usually kind of go together. All right, we're out on the ocean. Oh, we're out on the ocean open. Yeah. Words I can't speak today correctly. All right, so yeah, this build's giving me a little bit of trouble. So there's like, again, I had like a vague concept, an idea of what I wanted to do with it, with no concrete like plan. So that's why I'm kind of struggling a little bit getting this going. But that's good though. I just want to make sure I'm going in the right place. Okay. That's good though. I mean, if I had like a total plan exactly how I wanted to build it and like already started building it in creative, this wouldn't be as interesting, I don't think, right? You don't want to just see me recreate something that I built in creative mode. So yeah. I guess I'm also used to, like, you know, if I were to be design. Oh, look at that. There's like some warm ruins down here. Or no, those are cold ruins. Warm ruins are the sandstone looking. Or not sandstone looking, it is sandstone. Okay, so now how do I want to... Okay, I still need to go forward quite a bit before I get to warm ocean parts. Okay. I forget what I was saying. Oh, yeah. So even like if I were to be trying to design a build like this in creative, of course I have access to all the blocks too, right? And I'm in a world right here where I haven't done a ton of resource gathering yet, so there's still a lot of blocks I'm missing. So that's also putting a little bit of a... Is that like a little... Yeah. Some more ruins. There's some like sunken ships over there. There's a whole bunch of stuff we could explore out here. Oh, is that a ship like up on the surface? How cool is that? Have we been here before? We might have already been to this. I'm gonna check it out just because. I mean, a ship that's pretty much up on the surface like that is pretty cool. I feel like, I mean, I've definitely been here before. These have been unlocked on my map. But this is kind of cool. I feel like, I kind of... Oh! Maybe I haven't been here. Or maybe I did, but I didn't take the iron because I didn't need iron. Oh, and I probably left these spider eyes. Yeah, I've definitely been here. I don't need the iron. Let me just hop down here real quick and make sure. Yeah, I've definitely been here before. Okay. Nothing to see here. Move along. Move along. I'm going east, which is that way, right through the boat. Okay. Dreary, rainy trip here. Look at this. It's like it started raining like right after I slept, so I have to like just ride it out the entire day. Oh, dolphin. Okay, it looks like warmer ocean water coming up there. It's that different color. Oh, there's a temple, a motion monument under there. Okay, now let's see what we can find. I kind of want to skirt this warmer ocean here, find land, and then try to kind of go around the perimeter of this warm ocean, lukewarm ocean, and hopefully luck out on a mangrove swamp. I'm a little bummed that my little trip here is in the dark because of the rain. But what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? My brain thinks in like little snippets of songs, by the way. If you haven't noticed. Little song riffs and jingles and stuff. That's my brain. That's me. I'm going to avoid searching. There's nothing in that ship that I need right now. I'm convincing myself to resist the temptation to explore the things that I'm coming across. Okay, well, this is already not looking very promising, but we haven't been seeing a whole lot of land. And this lukewarm ocean just keeps on going, doesn't it? Oh my gosh, it's like going like south. Does it transition to warm ocean? I see the hazy haze. The hazy haze, the shadows of jungle trees coming up in the haze. These are jungle trees, not mangrove trees. Okay, the warm water's kind of ending here. Actually, that's a river. But we'll kind of scoot this way. That's more jungle and bamboo. More jungle ahead. I've oftentimes seen mangroves attached to panda bears. Oh, pandas. Oh. Panda bears. Do they fit in boats? You're not an angry one, are you? Oh, you're a snotty one. I don't want the snotty one. That's gross. Are you a... Oh, you're an angry one. Sorry. Didn't mean to get near you. Let's see. Angry, snotty. These are like the world's worst 7 dwarves. He's just a regular... Oh, can he get in the boat? We're taking a... Can I get in there with him? Can I not get in there with him? Okay, I can. I thought so. Is he in there with me? Where's my... Guess who's coming with us for the rest of this ride? That's awesome. We get to hear through this entire trip. I love it. Here we go. It's just a giant panda on the screen. Oh my gosh, that's too funny. I love it. I absolutely love it. If I had a lead on me, I would craft another boat and take a second one. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so we definitely transitioned from that jungle into a savanna. I feel like the savanna is a little bit less likely to have a mangrove swamp next to it, but we'll keep going in these warm biomes and see if we can land us a mangrove swamp. I look over and I'm seeing like a weird glitch of the panda through the panda body and part of his head. That screenshot right there would look like your game completely glitched out, doesn't it? Oh, that's so funny. We're still in the warm water though. What's up there? More savanna coming over here. Okay. We have acacia. Yes, we do have acacia trees. I saw some fish. I guess lukewarm does have fish. It is definitely late enough to sleep. Let me go ahead and get the sleep out of the way. There we go. All right, little buddy. Hey, little buddy, I'm back. Don't need those. Don't need that there. Okay. Oh, it looks so much nicer when you look at blue skies and white clouds instead of just gray. Okay, again, these are looking more like regular, not warm biomes. There's more jungle over there. How are we looking on the map? Okay, so we can just kind of... Okay, that was definitely jungle. Yeah. Those are definitely all just jungles down there. Oh, look, there was some badlands down there. Cool, that's good to know. We need it. If we need it. No sense in going to check out that village. We'll just keep scooting around this way, and it's feeling like there's probably not going to be one, but there's more of that warm biome stuff going on that way. Okay. Oh, look at those big cliffs. That's crazy. Nice to see some calcite stripes if we're ever doing a build where we need a lot of calcite. That's a really good way to get it, is from those calcite stripes like that right there. You know what? We might have to go down that river to connect over to this ocean, looking at how the map is shaping up over here. But let's at least just sail this way for a minute and at least unlock that area of the map. What is that? What is that one? Oh, it's like one piece of sand under that dirt. Okay. I hear our little buddy squeaking. Let's see. Is our map pretty much unlocked? Let's just go up here. You never know. This might be a river that cuts through this thing this way. Let's see. Hey, warm cows. Was that not? Was that where the river? Nope. Oh yeah. That hopefully that's one right there. I didn't miss it, did I? No. Was it this? Yeah. Okay. Oh, there's more pandas over there. Oh, this is pretty. Sailing down this this nice wide river through the jungle. This is pretty cool. Oh no, is it going to stop us here? Can we get through? Is this going to get through to that other ocean? Maybe this way? I hope so. Because now that I have a panda, I don't want to break this boat and lose my panda. Yay, we made it. Very nice. Okay, now that we're on this side of it, let's just see what our map is looking like. Okay, so we've already seen all of that, so we kind of want to skirt this side of it. Go this way. So we'll kind of go up around this thing. Boy, I sure hope I find one. This is going to be a whole lot of wasted airtime in this episode if I can't find one. I guess it's kind of like my my excursion to find the dripstone that we never found too. That was a little bit of a a wasted trip, but that's okay. We're getting to look at the ocean and smell the salty air and listen to our little squeaky panda. Ooh, there's a portal down there. Anything interesting in there? A lodestone, a mending shovel, glistening watermelons. Alright, sounds good. Okay. That looks like savanna coming up, which is not mangrove swamp. What's coming up? Is that desert, or is that just a weird beach? A weird hilly beach. Coral. Oh, we just found a coral ocean. Nice. What is that? Is that desert, or is that just really... So I'm not seeing cactuses yet. Weird floating sandstone. Is that a cactus? Yep, that's desert. That's desert over there. Holy cow. And all the coral. Cool. We have access to coral now. Very cool. And puffer fish trying to stab me. I don't know if I really need to stop and take any of this home with me right now, but it's good to know that we have it. And of course the desert might be nice to explore sometime, look for some desert temples and get some of these little... Oh yeah, those have to be... Oh no, you can't. Can you punch them? Or was that because it was Silk Touch? Okay. Okay, good. You can hit them with Silk Touch. You don't need shears. Cool, I can get some of this dry grass. That's pretty neat. Those you need shears. Look at that. Look at those weird shapes on those. That's funny. Okay, we have had cactuses before. No, we haven't. Is this really the first cactuses we found in this world? Because I just got the green dye recipe. Cool. Okay. All right. Fair enough. We know where the desert is if we need it. Okay, let's I'm not seeing a mangrove swamp on the other side of this desert right here. All right, let's keep trucking. We're going to maybe kind of go straight north up to here. Yeah, let's do that. All right, Pandy. Pandy. Panda the Pandy. Pandy the Panda. Andy? Andy the Pandy? Andy the Panda? Let's see. Cool. Good to know these things are down here. Cause I haven't found a desert yet in this world. Or a Badlands, right? So there you go. All that colored terracotta when we need it. Brown terracotta. That could be a color to go in that ceiling along with that wood. That's something to think about. That is something to think about. Boy, this coral ocean is huge. It's a desert village. Now, is that over there? Was that Badlands or was that like red sand? Again, just be good to know if we got those resources around us. I saw something over here. That looks like some red sand. You know, hold on, little panda. We'll be right back. Let's go see. Is there brown terracotta? This is weird because like this is just a little spot, not the entire Badlands. Ah, there's a camel up on the hill. Usually they're just like in the middle of the villages and they're usually standing still. Is that brown terracotta or is that brown terracotta? Hold on. Terracotta and orange terracotta. Is there brown? It's hard to tell the terracotta colors when they're sitting next to each other because... Oh boy. Oh, there's a temple. What's going on with that? Oh, that's the brown terracotta. Okay, I have to remember where Panda is. I want to go grab some of this brown terracotta because that might be something that works really well with the roof colors. It could be the brown terracotta in place of the stripped logs as the outer part. Oh, and this red. Like if we can't find mangrove swamp, well, Unfortunately, this stuff can't be made into slabs or stairs or anything, right? It's just solid blocks. So really, this would be like in place of the strip logs. What is that? Oh, these sounds! Oh my gosh! We can get a good look at things from up here. I should probably sleep before the bad guy starts showing up. There's the town, the village. Okay, let's sleep. I'm going to pull up a few stacks of this brown terracotta while we're here, because I feel like this might be a good option to replace those strip logs. Keeps that nice brown wood look. Yeah. So we'll get a couple of stacks of this. And if I decide I want another color of terracotta, I could always come find one of these, come back to one of these badlands and dig up a bunch more at some point. What is that? That's only not even 2 stacks. Let me go another. We'll do some more. We'll get a few stacks of this, just to make sure that if we do decide to use it, we have more than enough. Okay, since we're here, let's hit that with Silk Touch. I wouldn't mind getting some of those bushes. Did I get? Oh, you know what? I didn't take the iron out of that shipwreck. Okay, that's fine. Those bushes, I can get those anytime I want, now that I know where the deserts are. Okay. The wind noises are funny up here. All right, let's just a little bit more. See, because I'm looking at, when you really look down on it, there's like some, it's hard to tell what like those colors are. Is it like almost like an olive drab kind of color in there? Very similar. Maybe not. Okay. Let's see. Let's fill up this last stack. So we'll put that in our hotbar so we can see as it fills up. We'll fill up this one last stack and then we'll stop. We'll move on. Let's see. Two, three, 4. And 1 too many. There you go, 64. Great. So Panda. Oh my gosh. Over there? Yeah. Camel. Oh, those rustling noises. I'm still not used to that. I'm so not used to that. Why aren't you in a... Did they change these to where they don't just spawn inside desert villages? Did they change them to where they are just like randomly spawning in deserts now? I feel like they had to, because there's no way that his chunk was loaded long enough to get this far away from a village. Okay. Cool, that was a neat resource to find. So let's let's look at our map again. Oh, there's even more warm ocean over there. Holy cow. I really feel like we should be hitting a mangrove swamp at some point in this vicinity. It's going to be really disappointing if we don't find one. Well, it's going to be really disappointing because that's the whole purpose of this trip. But boy, it's like a resource like this, right? It's like the trouble is finding the thing. Once you find it, you have an infinite amount of it. It's the finding it part that's the pain. Resist the urge to look at there's nothing in that village you need right now. There's nothing in that village that you need. Hey guys. Howdy. I always like the look and feel of the desert villages. It feels very like ancient Sumerian kind of. Yeah. Okay. And we're going to see a mangrove swamp. Oh, what's that? That's a jungle tree. Jungle trees and oak trees. Are we getting out of the warmish biomes here? Or is this just a little stretch of oak there? Okay, we got savannas over here. Maybe this world has no mangrove swamps. More coral. This coral is really huge. That's pretty awesome. It's not a resource that I use much. Honestly. It's probably something I should use more often. When I try to use the dead coral, the gray, to work in with like stone and stuff, it's like a different kind of gray. So it never really totally works. So I don't really use it that much. But I guess like there's another sunken ship. No, avoid the sunken ship. I wonder if like gravel is a good transition between like stone and the dead coral. Is that like a savanna village over there? That's a savanna village over there. Not seeing anything mangrove swampy over here. Let me take a look at our map. Oh my gosh, we've almost joined up with that area. I could sail into this, really, wow. This whole bit was just... Oh my gosh. I was really thinking we would have found something by now. I'm feeling kind of bad about all this now. Well, don't feel bad. There's nothing wrong with exploring, right? You have to do it sometime. And I don't want to do all this stuff off camera, so I'm going to kind of cut through this savanna a little bit and see if there might be some kind of a mangrove swamp attached to it at some point. Hey, there's a portal. Those are quicker to look at than the sunken ships. We'll just see if there's anything worth taking from this thing. I mean, the gold. I don't know. Was there gold on the other one that I forgot to get? Oh, it was underwater. A silk touch golden hoe. Yeah, there's nothing really that I need from these things. I don't know why I keep stopping at them, honestly. Okay, let me see my map. What's the best way to get through this? See, now it's kind of turning plainsy up here. Let's just go up this river part here and see if anything opens up on this waterway here. Not looking like it. Not looking like it at all. See, now we're getting into like... I think we're getting out of the warm biomes. I think we're getting back into the, plains and oak forests and stuff. Okay, let's, since we've come this far. I should say we've wasted this much time. Let's come down here and come across into this part. Come through this little cut and let's see what's over here. And if there's nothing over there, I swear we'll go back home. Well, heck, looking at the time. The rest of this video might be exploration. Get that gold out of there. Okay, there we go. Oh my gosh, you spend so much time doing something like this. I just don't want to go back empty-handed, you know? I want to make this trip worth it. How do we get back to that? Okay, we're gonna have to go around this little bit here. Big old Savannah village. Am I going the right way? Yeah, because I'm trying to come out of this and then over that way. Okay. I mean, I guess we're not going back completely empty-handed. We got the brown terracotta. We got a little pandy sitting in our boat. And a few other odds and ends. So we're not, like, going back empty-handed. We just aren't finding what we set out to find. Which is bumming me out. It's bumming me out. But hopefully we'll find one. There's some warm ruins. Well... Come all the way back here sometime and look for some sniffer eggs. That would be pretty cool. Okay, so now up here there was going to be like a waterway, a cut through. That's more straight ahead. It's almost time to sleep. Oh, okay. Those are just like pink flowers next to a tree. I was like, what is that dark thing? That's more savanna trees in the background. Okay, it is time to sleep. Let me hop off the boat and sleep. Oh. Okay. Now, is that the river mouth that's up ahead? Yes. River mouth. I don't know what mouth, delta, whatever, river thing cutting through. Let's see. I think that's over here. So let's cut through this river and cut over to this other part and just see. Gosh, I hope there's a mangrove swamp over here. We just need to find one. We need like one propagule. That's all we need. Maybe more than one just in case it doesn't yield us any more. But like... Honestly, you need one leaf. Actually, that's all you need. You need one mangrove leaf. Because then you bone meal it, you get propagules. Like, that's literally all you need, is one mangrove leaf. Okay. It's weird looking over and seeing the wall of panda on the side of my screen. I'm not going to go check out that portal, too. There's nothing worth it in those things. I should... Oh, yeah. Okay, so these guys must randomly spawn in deserts now. Well, that's cool. I didn't realize they changed that. That's pretty awesome. All right. Now, let's take a look at our map and see how we want to do this. This has all been explored, so let's kind of go more like this way. Whoop! I heard you. Try to stab me through my boat. Whoop! More savanna and desert. Another camel. What? Nope, that's not a mangrove tree. That's a weird desert formation. Okay. It's bumming me out, guys. It's bumming me out. Now I feel like I've just wasted like half this episode. Come on. Let's see. Desert over there. There was savanna over there. I'm kind of just cutting straight through it now. No, this is where wandering traders shine, right? You get something like this, a rare resource, or not rare, but a hard to find resource like this. You can just get a random wandering trader come up and sell you a propagule. And then you don't have to go through all this trouble. So nice. Another jungle, so it's good that we're still in the warm biomes. Okay, let's see. We've got savanna over here. Savanna connecting over to this jungle through an oak forest. What is that mess? Those are just a bunch of oak trees. What's that big thing? It's a big oak tree. More savanna trees. Okay, let's take a look at the map. What's going on here? Tons of jungle and savanna. Gosh, guys, I'm seeing. Oh my gosh, guys, I think I'm just not gonna find one. I think I'm just not gonna find one. This stinks. Boo, Minecraft. Boo. Boo on you. Not giving me what I need. And not even like not one being close, like not being one at all. That's what's really bumming me out. Like, I feel like we've gone far enough at this point we should have found one. Man, oh man. Oh, another dark oak forest. Alright. Guys, this stinks. Okay, in the interest of me not spending the next 30 minutes going home, I'm going to actually do again. I'm going to pause the video here and pick it up when I am back at home. Be right back. Okay, so I couldn't leave well enough alone, so I let's see, rather than going straight home, where was I? I think I was around here last time I talked to you guys. I came out over here and I explored up here and around here, and now I've just saw mangrove trees. Right there. Well, is it mangrove? Yes, they are mangrove trees. Yes, they are. Okay, phew. At first now I'm like, wait a minute, were they just large oak trees with vines on them? Okay. It wasn't too terribly long because I think I only slept like once. Yeah, I think I had 3 respawn point sets when I paused. So it didn't take me too much longer to find it, but I did have to keep going further out of the way. So here we go. The mangroves. Awesome. Propagule. Oh. Why did the propagule drop? You don't need to silk touch the propagules. No, you don't. There they go. Oh, maybe because they weren't mature. Nice. Okay, so let's first thing off the bat, let's get at least 1 leaf. Because we can bone meal this leaf and get many more propagules. And there's what you call it, mud. Very cool. Rather than just bringing that propagule home and bone mealing it, let's go ahead and while we're here, we'll chop down 1 or 2 of these. Not too many though, because these really are a pain to chop down. But let's go ahead and do that. So you kind of want to try to find the center of it. And then you kind of go up these little stair-steppy branches. Okay. The fast leaf decay helps with these because you know if you've gotten an entire branch or not. Usually. I say that and then nothing happened. Okay. Yeah, see. Cool, we got some of the roots. We're going to get plenty of roots, though, as we grow these things at home. And we got some propagules over here. Awesome. There we go. We're getting some mangrove wood. This is good. I have too much stuff. Let's see. Let's go ahead and, hold on. Let's drop. We really don't need the mending shovel. Okay, hold on a second. So this empty one, okay, let's put some of this stuff in here. There we go. Good. Okay, that frees up some inventory. Okay, great. Yeah, let's chop down another 1 or 2 of these. So sometimes you can kind of come up here and find where the centers are this way. And they're easier to come top down because, yeah, because then you have to do this. There is no good way to harvest these trees. There really isn't. They're beautiful trees, but boy, are they a pain to mine down, aren't they? Yeah, this is probably something. I'll get enough here to try out the whole purpose of getting these with our build. But then I'll probably grow and harvest some of these off camera after, you know, sometime between now and the next episode just to get more, because these do take a long time to harvest these trees. Okay, are there branches over here that I'm missing? No. Okay. Get those little things there. Some of these drops here. Okay. Yeah, definitely mining these, the fast leaf decay really comes in handy because you know when you've gotten it. Okay, that gives us a stack of mangrove. Yeah, let me do one more. Yeah, yeah. Okay, it's easier to approach these from the top. Again, it's also easier once you have elytra, kind of like the jungle trees. Using your elytra to get to the top of it and then just coming down is a lot easier. Let's see, we're kind of... There's probably a branch over here somewhere. Here's one. So we'll walk this branch over here to the center of the tree. Here's the center. Okay, so is there another branch over here? No. There's probably one going this way. That one right there. All right. This might be enough for now. Yeah, we have a little over a stack of it. That'll be enough for us to try out what we were trying out. And I got plenty of propagules and leaves. I can make lots more mango trees when we get home. Yeah, okay. All right, let's see. Don't need the wheat seed. Let's go ahead and put those in our bundle. Okay, fine. There we go. I really don't need this golden shovel. I don't know why I even picked it up in the first place. That can go in there. All right, excellent. All right. Let me move that around. Okay. All right. Where's our panda guy? Where'd you go? There you are. Hey, turtles. Okay, so now... Oh, a turtle! Oh, turtle. No. There we go. Didn't mean to hurt the turtle. Didn't mean to hurt the turtle. I just want my panda, not the turtle. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna have to sleep. I'm gonna have to sleep again. Oh, turtle, don't hop in my boat. Okay, so now I have to go all the way back home to here. This is home, right? Yeah. All right. Again, I think I'm going to pause the video here and just travel this back home so that we can spend the last bit of the episode trying this out. So I'll see you when I get home. Okay, I'm getting close to home. It's right around the corner here, but I was just thinking of something. So when I was at that summit conference thing, whatever, yesterday, there was a company who was giving out, like a little handout to advertise their company, right? So there's a testing tool called Eggplant, apparently. I'm familiar with one called Cucumber. I've used it a lot, but there's apparently one called Eggplant. But anyway, so this company, just as a little swag to give out, was they had like a little plushy eggplant with little smiley face, stitched onto it. And on the back side, it had like their logo stitched onto it or whatever. And, it was kind of a cute little thing. And so when we were like packing up to leave, I realized like I didn't really have any use for this. I don't have a child. I don't have like a pet that could use it as a pet toy or anything. So there was a gentleman who was sitting right behind where me and my coworker were sitting. And, we had exchanged some niceties throughout the event. So when we were like kind of packing up to leave and I kind of stood up, I noticed he didn't have one. And I said something to the effect of like, hey, do you have like a child or a dog or something that might enjoy this? And I kind of handed it to him. And he was like, oh, no, that's okay. I already got one. I've already taken it to the car. I said, oh, okay, great. And he says something like, yeah, that was a pretty neat little thing that they gave us or something like that. And I said, yeah, they're pretty cute. And then he said something that struck me as odd. And then he was like, yeah, don't be saying that word very much though. And then all right. And then he, whatever, we parted ways. And then I was like, okay, wait, don't be saying that word too much though. And that reminded me of like, so back in the day, back when I was in like my early 20s, there's a friend group that we hung out with a lot. And let's see, terracotta. Where do we want the terracotta to go? Right here, apparently. And one of my friends, I remember her one time, like I had said something was cute or whatever. And she had said something like, don't ever let my dad hear you say that. And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, the word cute. Like, she's like, in his opinion, men don't say the word cute. And I was just like, whatever, whatever. So now, and then that's the only time I've ever heard that until literally yesterday. So like, is that like a thing? Like, okay, so my friend's dad would have been obviously a generation before me, right? Because she was like the same age as I was. But like this guy I was talking with yesterday, I mean, he couldn't have been more than 6, 7, 8 years older than me, not a whole separate generation or anything. And it really struck me as odd to hear that again from somebody, as if like, you can't say the word cute because you're a man. Or now I might be reading into why he said don't be saying that too much. I don't. Maybe that's not what he meant, but that sure is what it seemed like, because it reminded me of that time when my friend had said that about her dad, and that just struck me as so odd. And I'm wondering, like, is that a thing? Do you guys know? Like, do you know people in your life who feel this way, that like apparently the word cute is like can't be said by male humans? Like I don't get it. It's a word, it's an adjective. It's what's the problem with it? I don't understand. I don't get people sometimes. Like what part of your what part of your self-worth or your masculinity is threatened by literally just using an adjective that's a common word, like the word cute. I don't get it. I don't understand. Anyway, I'm just curious if any of you guys have like run into that before, where apparently it's a thing that like men can't say the word cute, because until yesterday I've only heard that one time from one person, and now hearing it again made me go, huh? What's up with that? So here you go. I'm going to plant a propagule out in the water here. Bloop. And I mean, doesn't bother me. I'll use the word all I want. It's an adjective. I don't really care. It's like, what is that? I'm secure enough with myself that I don't feel like any aspect of my life or people's view of me is threatened by saying the word cute. It's just such a stupid thing, in my opinion. Why would you ever in your life waste an ounce of energy on worrying about that? Oh boy. Funny. People are weird. People can be weird. Not people are weird. Some people can be weird. Okay, let's go ahead and so yes, yep, I made it back home. Got my propagules, got my mangrove. Again, we got the cactuses, right? We got the cactuses and some dry grass. That's something we hadn't had yet in this world. So that's pretty cool. Found some good stuff out there. It took me, I literally just slept now when I got back. So I slept once on the trip. So it literally took me like 20 minutes to make that trip back. Look how far away that was. Look how far off we ended up going. We put all these little divots and stuff, and then we ended up way over here to this mangrove swamp. Pretty soon, I'm probably going to have to make a nether roof portal to start transporting to some of these far away biomes that we might want to revisit at some point. Cool. Let me. What was that? Oh, it's the first time I touched stripped dark oak. Okay. Let me just replace this first one here with, I'm going to go with some stripped mangrove logs just to see what that color looks like for these for this border bit here. Okay. Let's see. So bloop. 2, 3, 4. I don't know why I'm counting. I have a guide right next to me how far I need to go. Okay. And if I were to use these for real, I'd probably position them to where the grains were kind of going the right way. But right now, I'm just looking for color and style. Oh, that is really bright red, isn't it? Compared to this dark oak. Oof, that might be a little much. Oh. It almost looks purple down here, doesn't it? It really almost gives like purple vibes. Did I just seriously say it gives? Isn't that like a thing with like like the Oscars, like, oh, she gives, and then they say like an emotion or a feeling? Isn't that like a thing? Did I seriously just say that? Okay, whatever. I don't care about that either, right? Let's see. I'm gonna try to just see if we can oh yeah, mangrove trapdoors definitely won't be the thing that I use for the middle, because you can see right through them. Let's see. But maybe like if I do use the mangrove up here, then maybe dark oak isn't the way to go. Maybe dark oak is too dark. Maybe the spruce would look better next to the mangrove. Wow, that was just the right number of stairs, wasn't it? Okay, how's that look? Doesn't look as good as I expected it to look. I'm really sad to say that does not look as good as I expected it to look. Oh, bummer. And it might just be because, oh, it looks way too red. It just looks too red. Guys, it looks too red. Darn it, man. Bummer. I mean, it's not over, right? It could grow on me. It could be that we do work it in somehow. But that doesn't look great to me. Let me see what brown terracotta looks like along this border. Okay. I kind of like that better than the dark oak. It's brown, but not so dark. Let's just see what that looks like from down below. This is gonna, well, it's not gonna hurt a whole lot. We got 2 steps down. Okay. That doesn't, I mean, it's the same, like, whatever you want to say, the same tone, whatever, as the dark oak, but my opinion looks better, like than the stripped dark oak logs. I think it's a good replacement for the dark oak stripped logs. I definitely do like that better than those. Let me try something here. No, because then if the red is in the middle, then that's going to look really, really weird, right? Like if this here was, what you call it, terracotta, then the red's really going to look out of place, right? Right? Isn't it? Let's see. Oh. Okay, let's pick up some of that debris. You guys need to be wearing hard hats over here, don't you? Is that book is that like a hardcover? It's definitely a hardcover. Hope it's really hardcover. Okay, I'm liking the terracotta, but even that brown next to those walls is feeling a bit. The red really does not go with it at all, does it? It really doesn't. Boo, boo! I really wanted that mangrove to work. I really wanted that trip to be worth it. Ugh. Okay. I wonder who. Boom. These trapdoors are more. They're like darker than the spruce planks, but not by much, I suppose. Because I was thinking maybe something like this to ease the transaction. Ease the transaction? Ease the transition. Let's see. Maybe. Possibly. Probably not, but we'll see. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Oh, man. It does ease that transition a bit. Yeah. None of these guys are sure either. Let's see. I just feel like this it just can't be more spruce. I wonder, you know, it's been a while now, but I made that Trail Ruins Museum for Daskalos's Archaeology World. I wonder if I should, and I did a lot of cool textured ceilings on that. I wonder if I should go take a peek and see, to remind myself of like the details of that. It sure felt like it was dark. Oh, it's almost there. It is. Okay. I wonder, yeah. But then I'm just stealing my design. I'm just stealing another design just from myself. I like the brown terracotta. I feel like this dark oak now feels too dark next to it, but this red doesn't look right. And there's nothing else. There's no other wood. Spruce is the closest thing you got, and that's not going to do it either. If I do the top of the ceiling with a texture similar to that, then like as in trapdoors, I'm really limited to what I can use because there's only a couple of solid trapdoors. Again, I could make this interior. I kind of want to keep the warm tones in here, the woods and the reds and stuff. Huh. Let's see. No, this is not the right color. Nope. I also have to think of what can be made into stair blocks, right? I'm curious. This is probably not the answer either, but I'm curious about this right here. Do we have a stone cutter? Here we go. Let's see. This is probably not the answer. I already know this is not the answer. But we're going to see what it looks like anyway. We're going to see. We're just going to see. You never know until you actually try. Like, I don't actually know that I hate liver. But I can predict that I probably do. But I've actually never tried it. Just like I know that this ain't going to be good, but I didn't actually try it yet. So now that we've tried it, I don't hate that, guys. It's a little weird. It's a little weird. But it's not as terrible as I thought it was going to be. Let's see. It's interesting. It's interesting. Huh. It is interesting. It is interesting. Don't know if it's good. But it's interesting. Let me try it with blah, 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 blah. Let's see if it was slabs instead. To get it to where it layers in. So from where I'm looking, right, it's even with the terracotta, then it steps in to go to the trapdoors. I want it to step in from the terracotta. So let me replace those stairs with, did I say trapdoor? Slabs. I don't know what word I said when I made these, but I meant to say slabs if I said something else. Now I said that I don't even know what I said if I said trapdoors or whatnot. But anyway, let's try these as slabs. Let's see. There. How does that look? Yeah, these guys are just getting rained on with bricks. Guys, I don't hate that. That doesn't look bad. It really doesn't look bad. Does it look any better than the dark oak would look? Like if this dark oak was slabs, instead of stairs? Like, is it just the slab versus stairs that I'm seeing? Or is it the actual brick? Strip. So many of these blocks are like, they look like the same color to me from my vantage point here. What did I just say? Dark oak or... Yeah, dark oak. Do I have dark oak? Brown terracotta, stripped dark oak logs. Dark oak log. Dark oak planks. Here we go. Okay. Alright, let's see what this looks like. I'm probably butting up onto the 3 hours here. I'm pretty sure I am. My video got cut up a little bit there, so I'm not 100% sure where I'm at, but I'm probably pretty close to 3 hours, so I'll probably be wrapping up very soon here. But let's see if it's the slabs that made the difference, or if it was the actual color change that made the difference on that. Okay. See, up here it just looks weird, but it looks different from below. Right? Because it's more shaded by the, you know, because you're looking at it from below. Okay. Yeah, none of these guys know either. Now I'm not liking the terracotta. Now I'm feeling like the terracotta is too smooth, too textureless. Why am I struggling so hard on this? I've done textured ceilings before, and it's usually not this big of a deal for me. Boy, I'm really struggling with this one. Something's just not right. Something's just not right. If I did strip logs. No, see, I tried the strip dark oak. I didn't like that. The strip spruce is not dark enough, I don't think. Where's the strip spruce? Ah, dang it, what did I do there? Strip spruce. See, because when you compare strip spruce to the spruce planks, it's not only is it not darker, it's almost a little bit lighter, in a sense. So that's definitely not the answer. Unstripped oak is a possibility. I mean, you're going to get the wood grain in there, which I said I kind of didn't want. But unstripped, like this right here, unstripped oak. That's a possibility. I know I have very little oak left at home, so that's why I ran out here to grab some instead of my inventory. Let's see, or my storage, I meant. Okay, let's see. Okay. Let's just see. All right. Let's try this. Let me just try it on one little bit. Where are my oak logs? There they are. Okay. Oh gosh, no. Oh gosh, no. 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 I don't think that's going to be right. I really don't think that's going to be right. Nope. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Let me know. I'm struggling with this one. For some reason, I'm really struggling with that. But you know what? Okay, it is about time. I am going to have to wrap this up. I do have a day to I got things I need to do today. And I think we're over the 3 hours at this point. So I think this is a good start. I think this is a really good start. And now you have to remember, right? This is from scratch. I had no design plan. I didn't do anything in creative. I didn't try out any shapes or colors or anything in creative yet. Or I mean, not yet at all. So yeah, so this isn't bad. I mean, I think this is a great start for the lower half. Of course, you know, again, things can be tweaked and decorated and everything else. I like this transition, and whatever we can do something with this upper part of the wall here. It could even be make these windows up here a little bit larger. It could be something up there. The ceiling, I'm liking the idea of the textured ceiling. I'm just not loving the colors of the blocks that I'm using. So if you guys have an idea for that, and it doesn't have to be anything at all that I've even tried here yet. It doesn't even have to be a brown ceiling. It could be a light ceiling, like we said. It could be sandstone and birch. The whole ceiling could be more red tones like the mangrove and stuff, and no dark oak or anything. So, yeah, what do you guys think? What do you think would look good here? I'll think about it myself. I might go, where's my bed? Again, I might go revisit my my Trail Ruins Museum and just kind of see what I did on the ceilings in there. Just to kind of remind myself of what I did, because I remember they looked really nice. They really did. So, and that could be the solution, right? Just kind of see what I did there. Anyway, cool. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Hope you enjoyed a really long glimpse into the mind of Oda trying to design a build. Like, again, from scratch with really no ideas or plans except for like a vibe or a feeling that I was gonna kind of go with. So this is it. This is how I design stuff. Hope you enjoyed it. Guys, thanks for coming by. I'm so glad you stuck it through the entire length of this episode. I know it definitely feels a bit grindy to me, but I think that's the joy of it. So again, see you next time. Thanks for coming. Bye-bye.